Eldoret Express. For many years in Kenya, that name meant power on the road. People said the road from the Rift Valley to Nairobi belonged to them. Their buses moved like kings. They were long, shiny, and trusted. If you lived in Eldoret, Kitale, Bungoma, Kakamega, Nakuru, or many other towns, Eldoret Express was part of your life story. Eldoret Express did not just move people, it moved dreams. It linked job seekers, traders, students, families, turning distant towns into reachable destinations. Its fleet ruled the roads in the 1990s and early 2000s. For many, getting an Eldoret Express ticket was like an entry to opportunity. This is a story about how everything began, how the company grew, how it changed travel in Kenya, and how slowly, almost silently, it started to fall. It is also a story about memories, mistakes, and what might still be possible. Eldoret Express started in the early 1980s. At that time, traveling to Nairobi was difficult. Many people used several matatus in one journey. Trips were slow, confusing, and sometimes unsafe. Eldoret Express began with a simple idea. They wanted to give people reliable and safe transport. They started small, only a few buses and a few drivers, but they had a big dream. They wanted to make long-distance travel easier for Rift Valley communities. People quickly noticed the difference. The buses were clean, the staff had uniforms, the seats were better, the departures were more organized. For many families, it became the normal way to travel. Children going to school, farmers taking goods, traders looking for business, all trusted Eldoret Express. The company became more than transport. It became a bridge to jobs, education, and opportunities. People said, if you held an Eldoret Express ticket, you felt safe because you knew the bus would arrive. At their best, Eldoret Express had more than 25 big buses, including famous ones called Duke and Des. Many passengers remember feeling lucky when they got space in those buses. Some children would wait at the stage just to watch the buses pass. That is how strong the brand was. The company also moved parcels. Families sent letters and packages. Traders sent goods to other towns. Eldoret Express connected people who lived far apart. Many customers trusted the company more than the post office. That trust took years to build. One of their biggest strengths was land. Eldoret Express owned a huge 640-acre piece of land in Trans Nzoia. That land worked like the heart of the company. They parked buses there. They repaired them there. They managed operations from that place. When you own your yard, your garage, and your offices, you control everything. You save time. You save money. You grow faster. But in business, even the strongest plans face unexpected storms. Over time, smaller transport companies started to appear. These were minibuses and shuttles, the 14-seater matatus. They left more often and were cheaper. They went to different places and used small roads. They did not wait long for passengers. People who needed to travel fast chose them. Where Eldoret Express offered comfort and structure, the shuttles offered speed and convenience. Many passengers shifted their loyalty. Eldoret Express was built on a heavy, asset-intensive model. Big buses, fixed schedules, high maintenance costs. When demand dropped, that model started to crack. Running large buses required fuel, tires, insurance, drivers, expenses that did not shrink just because fewer people were riding. Imagine this: one big bus leaving once every day, a shuttle leaving every hour. A business person will always choose the faster option. Slowly, passengers change their habits, and when thousands of people change habits, a big company feels the pressure. Large buses cost a lot to operate. Fuel, tires, insurance, repairs, and staff salaries never stop. When a bus is full, the company makes profit. When it is half full, the company loses money. So even a small drop in passengers becomes a big problem. Then there was the land problem. After the 2007 to 2008 violence, many squatters moved onto the 640-acre land. That land was not just soil. It was where the company repaired buses and kept equipment. When they lost access to it, everything became harder. The company took the case to court. The case lasted more than 10 years. From 2008 all the way to 2021, they were fighting in court. The Supreme Court finally said Eldoret Express was the rightful owner. By the time they won, the company had lost time, money, and stability. A business cannot grow when its foundation is in danger. Their most important asset had been frozen for more than a decade. Slowly, the company started to fade. Some buses broke down and were never repaired. They sat in yards for months and then for years. Parts rusted. Engines stopped running. Drivers left. Mechanics left. Some offices closed. Many buses that once ruled the road became silent and dusty. Then came accidents. One serious crash happened in April 2024 near a place called Muguga. People died and many were injured. Every transport company fears such events. Accidents do not only cause tragedy, they destroy trust. Insurance costs rise, customers worry. Newspapers report the story and social media spreads it fast. One headline can chase away many passengers. And then, almost like a heavy final blow, came COVID-19. Lockdowns stopped movement. Night travel was banned. Towns were closed. Buses stayed parked for months. Even when they were not moving, costs continued. Insurance had to be paid. Repairs had to be done. Workers needed salaries. Many buses that were parked during COVID never returned to service. After the pandemic, Eldoret Express tried to come back little by little. Sometimes you would see one bus listed on booking websites. But if you compared it to the past, the difference was painful. They no longer controlled the road. Their big offices became smaller. Their old routes were taken by other companies. Staff moved on to other jobs. Still, the name Eldoret Express means something. When people hear it, they remember. Many remember traveling during holidays. Many remember traveling to school or to Nairobi for the first time. Eldoret Express is part of Kenyan history. Today, the company still exists, but on a much smaller scale. The land they fought for is again legally theirs. That land could be the beginning of a new direction. Maybe the company will not return to its old glory, but it might find a new purpose. They might run charter services such as wedding buses or group trips. They might focus on parcel delivery or logistics. Kenya's online shopping business is growing. People order goods from everywhere. Those goods need transport. Eldoret Express has space, land, and transport knowledge. They could use those skills in a new way. They could even rent out part of their land to other companies. The story of Eldoret Express is a lesson. If a business does not change when the world changes, it can fall. Customers want speed. They want easy payments. They want simple booking. They want services that fit their busy lives. Eldoret Express was once a giant. But giants can fall. Their fall shows that a big company must always listen, learn, and adapt. Even now, somewhere in Eldoret or Kitale or Nakuru, There is probably an old bus parked in a quiet yard. Maybe the paint is fading. Maybe the engine does not start. But if you stand near it, you might remember the sound of a strong engine, the smell of a morning journey, the feeling of leaving home and heading towards opportunity. And perhaps, if the company chooses, that engine can be repaired. The road is still there. Kenya still moves. People still travel. The future is not certain, but the story is not finished.